What's up, guys? SHE here. Welcome to another video here in the Spartak Moscow career mode. We're here in the EFL Cup round 2, and we're playing our rivals CSKA Moscow. In the last episode, we had our big episode. We did not too bad. We're still in August now. No new signs in that episode, but I'm still excited here for episode 3. This is a big game. We're playing our rivals, right? We're in there. We're at CSKA Moscow. They're a top team in the EFL League too, and we got to prove ourselves in this game. I may run a bit of a rotation in this game, as you'll see, probably in the starting lineup, but I definitely want to win this game here. As we look at the CSKA Moscow lineup, Akinfeev is in the lineup. Mario Fernandez, Vlasic is there. Pretty solid lineup. Zagoev is coming off the bench. Still, that's a really solid lineup there. As the two teams shaking hands here. As you can see, the CSKA Moscow players there. And here's the Spartak Moscow lineup. Selikov in net. Maslov, Katepov again starts. Yusuf Atal is going to get a start up front with Fernando on the right. Bakev gets a start at him, and Ezekiel Ponce at the striker. A mainly rotation side. Yusuf Atal, very useful when he can play right mid and right back. It really helps with my rotations. As we are ready for action here in the EFL Cup, or the Carabao Cup, we are about to get underway. Come on, Salman Rondon. Let's kick this baby off. We're underway here in Moscow. We're starting the 3rd minute here. Vlasic to take the corner, and it's Rondon. Early chance there for Salman Rondon. Can't really get his head to that, and it ends up going wide, and that'll keep it at 0-0. Moving on here as we kick it off, it's Katepov looking around. He's got Ayrton. Fernando on the left. It's going to be a tough game for us. We're playing a good team here, and we're rotating the side. They're going to be good in League 2. Here's Alex Kral. Kral to Ezekiel Ponce. Back to Zobinin. Kral. He's looking around. He's got Bakev on the inside. Can Bakev find someone? Bakev tries to finesse it. Noah Zobinin! Not even close to the net. Really, in this game, there was not many chances. It was pretty dull throughout the game. As we here move on to the 33rd minute, maybe 20 minutes, and it was just nothing really was going on. Felt like I was trying to sell into the game, and defensively we were strong, but offensively we weren't. As here is Rondon. Mario Fernandez. Back to Salman Rondon. Rondon off to Vlasic. Vlasic off the turn. It's Rondon. Easy save for Selikov. The backup goalie not having to do much. In the 41st minute here, CSKA Moscow have a corner headed out, but headed back in as Maradeshvili has it. Maradeshvili still with it. Back to Fernandez. Back to Zayatademev. Back to Rondon. Rondon! Another easy save for Selikov, as he was actually offside on that play. As Gaigaw has it. Plays it to Kral. Kral looking for Bakev, and now we're playing it up. Ponce looking for some support. He's got it in Yusuf Atal. Atal making a run. He's going to cut in. Atal can't find Kral. Back to Fernando. Fernando trying to get a strike off. Just nothing going. That's how the first half would end. It would be 0-0 here in Moscow. Again, just not the greatest of halves from both sides, really. Just trying to sell into the game. A bit of nerves here in this cup competition. This is a competition that can qualify us for Europe. As you can see some of the scores there. Big game there between Atletico Madrid and Real Madrid. Let's go up 1-0. Wolves giving Dortmund a run for their money. Sociedad tied with Villa. Burnley and Wolfsburg at 1-1. Lille has the lead there. Not too many other big games other than Bayern. They're getting a big lead there against Frankfurt. As we kick off the second half in the 56th minute, Alex Kral is going to find Bakev. Bakev looking around. He's going to find Fernando. Fernando running down that wing. He's going to throw on the cross in for Zobanin. Nothing going there. Not too many chances here. A few minutes later, Ayrton still has it. Back to Zobanin, and what a ball. He's looking for Fernando. Nice play by Zobanin. And now he's going to look for Bakov. It's Bakov. Bakov with the strike. Easy save for Akinfeev, who hasn't really been tested that much. Same with Seshlikov as he puts it away here. Vlasic with it. Back to Marshadashvili. He's going to look for Ajuk on the wing, and he's got him. Ayrton trying to catch up to him, but Ajuk just waiting here. He has the ball. He's going to find Fernandez. Vlasic looking around. Obialev. Nebashkin. Obialev. Rondon. Here's Salman Rondon. Can Rondon find anyone? Rondon turn in and hit strike. Oh, it hit the post. The biggest chance of the game. Salman Rondon with a big strike. Seshlikov was not going to get to that. As we counter here, Kral's going to look for Ezekiel Ponce. Here goes Ponce on the counter. Ponce trying to cut in. He's looking for Bakov. And it's deflected. And then off Bakov again. That's a big chance for Salman Rondon. But it remains 0-0. The biggest chance of the game in the 70th minute. As really, that was surprising for how much action was going on there. As we make a sub, we're going to throw on Jordan Larson. It's time to try to go and win this game as we move on. And that would really be it for the entire game. We will move on to penalties. Oh, wait. Maybe not here. Yusuf Atal looking for a run here. Can Yusuf Atal find someone? Nope. And now we'll actually go to penalties. Well, not too much action throughout. No goals. And no one could really find a breakthrough. Two strong defenses. It's time to go to penalties here. As the rivalry continues, who will move on to round 3 of the EFL Cup? We won against Bruno Ayres last time, who I believe is Racing Club? I think at least. As you could see here, not too much action early, but still an interesting game. This rivalry, no one can find the deadlock, as you can see some of the highlights again. Rondon there. Again, he just couldn't get much done, Salman Rondon. Really looking at it, we had a big chance around the 70th minute. Bakov, I don't know what he's doing here. It deflects and then it hits off him again. It ended at 0-0. Looking at the stats, I mean, we had shots, but they weren't even that strong shots. They were easy saves for the keepers. They dominated the possession, which is expected. They have their first team out. We don't. We have our second team mainly. As we go to look at our penalty takers now. And I looked at it and I didn't mind it. Quincy Promes, Cordova, Zobanin, Larson, and Krall. Let's run with it as Vlasic with the first penalty. And he puts it away. Seshlikov trying to get to that. And Quincy Promes here to take our penalty. He had come in for Bakov in the second half. Quincy Promes right into the left corner here. As next up is Salman Rondon. He goes left and it's saved by Seshlikov. Big save there. As Cordova is ready to take this one now. Can he? He's looking up high. Can Cordova put it away? Yes, he can. Nice finish in the right corner. We're up 2-1 right now. Nebashkinin. Oh, that's a cheeky chip. And now we have to convert ours to take the lead. Here's Zobanin. Zobanin right up the middle. Keeper moved left. No chance. Here's Fernandez. Fernandez. And it's saved by Seshlikov. And that gives us the chance to win it with Jordan Larson. Big time for Seshlikov. Can Larson put this one away and send us through to the next round? Larson going to strike, and it's an easy save for Akinfeev. Big time there for Akinfeev, and now Zayanetov needs to score to keep CSKA Moscow alive, and he misses! We will get the win in penalties. Big time. However, whatever it takes, as long as we are on to the next round. I'm really excited for that. That was a huge, huge win. Again, this penalty wasn't even close. He roofed this one. Looking high right, and he just completely missed it. The keeper had actually gone the right way too, but he didn't have to do anything. Seshlikov did a nice job in a penalty shootout, saving 3 out of the 5. And we end up getting the win here. Again, very exciting. Really excited about this career mode. And just to let you guys know, I have another career mode coming up. And it's going to be exciting. I'm really, really excited about this. We're probably not going to continue the 4-screen career mode. It seems really hard. Again, yeah, it was a tight game. But we're going to start a Create a Club career mode. Be ready for it. Smithy's FC. Should be coming Saturday, hopefully. As that's it for questions. And we move on here. We look into some of the results here. Bayern winning 3-0 here. Porto 1-0. Juve winning 2-1. Leipzig. Real Betis beat Napoli. That's a big win. AC Milan with the dominating win. Sporting CP. Big win over Hertha Berlin. And Atletico Mineiro. Solid performances. Atletico Madrid get a 2-0 win. Some other decent results there. Dortmund just barely surviving. Burnley beating VfL Wolfsburg. As you can see, we won our game. And moving on after... Actually, well, look at Lille. That's a pretty solid performance to them. Barcelona get their big win. Leverkusen win. Benfica won. Atalanta won. Bruges getting a big win over Brighton. Same with Sevilla over Hoffenheim. As moving on to the next round, we're playing SL Benfica, as you saw there. Spurs at Barcelona. Leipzig play Man U. A lot of big matchups in the early round here. Sevilla, Liverpool, West Ham, Inter. Atletico Madrid play Chelsea. Sporting CP play Marseille. Juve, Ajax. Athletic Bilbao, Lille. Burnley, Milan. And Bayern versus PSG and Arsenal versus Man City. A lot of big matchups here. As you can see, we got the win there against Bruno Ayres. Again, this is exciting. That's why I love the cup competitions. Again, we're playing a Premier League side the next round. I'm really excited about that. As we move on to our next game, we are actually nearing an international break. And this is the problem as we look next. We play Newcastle, then Eibar in the Cup, Papa John's Trophy. Besiktas, Freiburg, and Seattle Sounders. We go to sim our next game, and we end up getting the win 2-0. Yusuf Atal and Quincy Promes with the goals. But as I was saying, the possession was pretty even, but we did a nice job breaking through when we needed to. But yeah, as I was saying, we're going to have some tough games coming up when we have to rotate our side. We have quite a few players going on international break while we're playing some games. So I may look in the next episode, I may look to recall some guys from loan. Because right now I need anyone I can get right now. Because when these guys go out on loan on their international break, I need guys to replace them in the starting lineup. I need as many players as I can. So Nail Yumpov, you should be seeing him coming back from his loan next episode. As you can see, we hit the transfer deadline day. I doubt we do much here, but we're just going to sim through this. And we'll look at some top signings at the end. Turnagina moving to Anderlecht. Koga moving to Sunderland. Mendes moving to Parma. Kiro Mobley to Man United. How about that? We can offer for Roman Zobin, and we're not letting go of him for our future. Again, Zobin is just a beast, bro. He's too good to be let go of right now. Moving on. Only 5 hours left here. We got another notification. Probably should be a transfer offer. For Mazlev. Again, Mazlev, he's really young. He's got a good future. He can develop with Yusuf Atal. One thing I was glad that I had Envinchenko. I was thinking of letting him go, but Envinchenko is actually useful for us because not only can he play right back, he can play CDM. So he's an important rotation piece for us. Now, obviously, right back was a need, and we addressed that by signing Yusuf Atal. But Envinchenko, just for depth, any depth player right now is just important because there's so many players out on international break. We another transfer offer here for Mazlev, which we're going to decline, obviously. And moving on, last hour in the transfer deadline, I wanted to look at some top deals first. The big one, Kiro Immobile, $141 million. Base there. Gabriel Jesus moving to Barca for about 92. Jose Gaya moving to PSG for a hefty 90 million. Jamie Vardy heading to Real Madrid for 84 million. Varane is going to make the move to Bayern for 80 million. Busquets making a move for 70 million to PSG. Sabitzer going to Atletico Madrid. Richarlison going to Barca. Teginiskov going to Juve. Grealish going to Manchester City, who paid the big bucks. Nicolas Sula going to Man U. Coutinho to PSG. Corona to Chelsea. Oh, Lord. Weghorst to Barcelona. Biardi to Inter. Bernat to Juve. No signings from any other clubs in the EFL Championship or anything below. And that's one of the issues I think we're going to find in this career mode. The Super League makes it so like teams that are under the top level don't make that much, and that's going to be unfortunate, as Brighton made 2 big moves there. Milan made a big move there, so that was the first signs really by non Premier League teams or top league teams. As that would be it for the transfer deadline. Again, we didn't do anything. We have a big game against Eibar the next day. Let's look at some monthly youth scouting report. Alfie Holland, we will accept. And when Naylor, no. Peter Barry's a no. Lewis Whitehouse is a no. Zachary Cook is a yes. That would be it for the transfer window. As we move on to our next game against SD Eibar. We get an offer for Ayrton again. He's part of our future, so he's going to be staying for sure. Kudapov wants to play. Again, I haven't looked at the team. We're going to sim this game against Eibar. As we look here, I'm looking at the youth monthly scan report, and I want to get some development plans for these guys first before we move on. Zachary Cook looks pretty decent as an attacking midfielder. I put him at shadow. One of the big issue with these youth players, sometimes their pace is not that high, and that can be a big issue. Alfie Holland, I'm going to look to make him an inverted wide back. Lewis Naylor. Jimmy on a beat, boy. Here. Looking at him, and he's not too bad. His potential is honestly not that good. But I guess we'll give him a position change and see what happens with him. We're going to make him a left mid. Seems like he's more suited to be a winger. He's got a bit more pace to him. Not crazy pace, but definitely more developable. Not in those high 60s, more in the low 70s. Looking at William Parks, definitely a winger here. Let's just work on his sprint speed. His acceleration is already really top tier. So I'm looking at making him a striker. Let's get his finishing up, and maybe he can be great. He's got some decent dribbling. I don't really want to make him a cam. As we move on to the game against Besiktas, we played Papa John's. So we played the Papa John's Trophy game against Eibar, and we ended up winning that. I forgot to mention that. Eibar is a League One team, so that was a solid win. But this is where we ran into lineup issues. We have to run a big-time rotation here in this game. You'll see in the lineups. But we are at Besiktas here away. Besiktas have had a terrible start. They don't have a win. And they're one of the lowest scoring teams. And I know they're better than this. So this is still going to be a hard game. I know there's teams that are way worse than them. They're pretty decent. As you can see there. It's going to be a tough away game. They're desperate for a win. Really, if you want to look at it that way. As you can see the players shaking hands. There's Atiba Hutchinson. As we are ready for this one. As we are about to look at the starting laps, there's the reps. There's our captain, Geigo. As you can see the two teams shaking hands. Let's look at the starting laps here. First is Besiktas. They got Adubakar at striker, Atiba Hutchinson with Nkundu. Then our front Gazal has been pretty good. And Wellington Vida at the center back, Rogier and Sakala, and Destenglu at goalkeeper. It's a pretty solid team. Forgot to mention Mensa, he's pretty good too. Looking at our lineup, a big time rotation. Mamasenko is still at the goalkeeper. Maslov goes to center back. Zinchenko and Hendricks are your CDMs. Fernando is your left mid. Back of the cam, Ponce at striker. Big time moves defensively. Have to putting Maslov at center back and putting Eschenko at CDM. That's why I want Mpakov back. As we are ready for this one. A lot of people out to the international break. Luckily we have lanes here. As in the 20th minute, here's Gazal. Gazal, Ayrton making a play on that, but it's a throw in here. Gazal to take it, and he's finding Adubakar into Souza. Rozier looking around. And he's got Abubakar. Back to Ghazal. Nice play. The cross is in. It's the header. It's 1-0. I believe that's Mensah with the header. That is absolutely... Sorry, Atiba Hutchinson. That is absolutely world-class there from Besiktas. Nice 1-2 play. Our defense in shambles. And Hutchinson just goes straight in for the header. Center back not even moving when he starts going forward. And that's going to give Besiktas a 1-0 lead. Absolutely world-class there from Atiba Hutchinson. You can see he leans in, heads it. Mamasenko has no shot at it. A lot of momentum on that header as they celebrate. 21 minutes in, and it's 1-0. See the fans celebrating there. It's really exciting as we kick it off here. The second half, the 30th minute here. Souza's going to find Hutchinson. Atiba Hutchinson, he already has a goal. He's looking left and he's got Nkundu. Atal caught up there as Abubakar has it now. Besiktas just bringing men forward as Ghazal has it now. Ghazal is going to look for Abubakar. Back in, it's Atiba Hutchinson. Oh, I would have been 2 for him. Another big save, but a few minutes later, Abubakar has it. Mamasenko with a big save. He throws in it. It's Ghazal! Oh my goodness, a lot of pressure from Besiktas to make it 2-0. But we hold on, and that should have been on target. Mamasenko, all he has to do is lift his hand. But it's not going to go in the goal, buddy. Don't worry. As we move on here. And that would really be the last chance of the half. Big half from Besiktas. They go and take a 1-0 lead thanks to Atiba Hutchinson and almost made it 2. They dominated the ball. They're clearly the better team because of all the rotations we have to run and all the backups we have to put in. Especially with Eschenko as CDM. Hendricks. I mean, Maslov. I have to put Maslov at center back. He's a right back. He's playing out of position. It's not going to help his development as we move on here. Starting the second half, we begin in the 69th minute. Not too much action going on early. As Bakav now has, he's going to find Ezekiel Ponce, and that's turned over. Lejik has it. Lejik is going to look for Torre. Torre cutting in. Torre just waiting. Torre escapes a man. He's finding Abubakar. It's 2-0. Besiktas will get the win today as they have a great performance. It's looking hopeless here for Spartak Moscow unless they have 2 goals in 20 minutes in them. And that's just Torre. Great play. He finds Abubakar. Look at this escaping his tackle, who just puts it away, no problem. Right into that corner. That is absolutely world class there for Abubakar. Look at that. Didn't even lift the ground. And Smithy's really not happy about that one. His team is really struggling right now as Abubakar with his first goal in EFL League 2. We go to make some substitutions. Rocha's going to come on. I was also looking, can we maybe make some other subs here? Who can I really move around? Tigashev is going to come in at the right back. And Kitapov is going to come in. There's not much moves I can make, really. Pedro Rocha is really my only main attacking sub. Yusuf Atal maybe can move up from back to wing. That's the only things we can really do as we move on here. We really need a big comeback as Diego Lanes has it. Finding Tigiev, back to Maslov. Hendricks, he's finding Pedro Rocha. Ponce, Bakav, finding Diego Lanes. Can he find Bakav? No, it's taken away. Lejek, 77th minute, Abubakar has it. As it still be playing around, Abubakar has it. And that's a nice tackle, but Abubakar stays with it. Looking for Mensah. What a ball. What a finish. It's 3-0. That was an absolute world-class ball of Mensah from Abubakar. And Mesquita's just running all over Spartak Moscow. In the 80th minute, it's 3-0. As you can see, he just turns around and he plays the perfect ball. Our center back has no chance. And look at that finish with his left foot. That's absolute world class there from Mensa. Yeah, Smith, you just can't believe it. You can kind of tell that backup side just wasn't going to be able to do much as we end up losing this game 3-0. Just a poor performance altogether. Looking at some of the other results here, I think Cruzeiro and Newcastle a draw. Yep. We had to move into the next game against Freiburg. As you could tell, all our guys were so tired. As in our rotation squad ended up drawing 1-1. What a performance there. We just dominated the ball. Gian gets their goal, but a minute later, a tall scores ours. That was amazing. Just to get a point out of that was amazing. It's going to be hard to win games. That's going to be one of the challenges in gaining promotion for next year is we have to have a rotation. And I'm definitely going to look into that next year. We have to have a rotation in place so that when people can't play, we'll be ready. As we move on to the next game in CenturyLink Field, we play Seattle Sounders next. And I've never played in their stadium, really. As you can see the two teams coming out there, and it looks really nice. They're the only MLS team in League 2, and this is why, because I just love their stadium. As you can see, our whole squad is back. We had to rotate a bit because all our guys were so exhausted after the Freiburg game, but we played a lot of our starters in this one. And we're hoping for a big bounce-back win. We need to be able to stay up in the promotion race. My goal is not just a playoff spot. My goal is top 3. We have to make it up. As you can see on the lineup, some of the key players here. Rudiaz at striker. Jordan Morris always has a lot of potential. Stefan Fry in net. João Paulo there as they're playing a 4-2-3-1 like us. It's a decent team. Definitely going to be a bit of a challenge, but I think we are capable of conquering it. We have a world-class squad compared to them. As you'll see when our lineup is out, as you can see, Cordova's back, Promise is back, Larson's back. They show the lineup now. Memasenko net, Maslov, Katepa both have that starts. Djikia is back from international break. Zobanin's back with Krall in the CDM position. Backup is going to play the right mid. Prom as a cam, Cordova on the left, and Larson up front. As you can see, we're both playing a 4-2-3-1. Look at that stadium. That just looks so beautiful. As the team's breaking out of their huddles, we are ready here in CenturyLink Field. Absolute scenes in Seattle. As the referee's ready to blow the whistle, and we are underway here in Seattle. As we start here with Zobanin within the 11th minute, finding Quincy Promes looking for Krall. Krall has the right mid, but he's going to just cut in and look for Larson. Larson, what a turn. Here goes Jordan Larson. It's Jordan Larson. It's 1-0. He's back from international break and better than ever. That is world class. What a turn. What a finish with the left foot. And we are already up 1-0. Look at it. He just goes and look at this strike. Stefan Fry with no chance because of the power of that strike from Jordan Larson. Take a bow. That is absolutely world class there. Smithy's happy about that. He knows his team needs this game against a team that is easily beatable. Jordan Larson with his first goal in the league. It's 1-0. Moving on here in the 24th minute, we have a cross here for Alex Krall, and he can't get it there as it's cleared and deflected. Bakav has it, looking for Djikia. Cordova, Zobanin. Looking around, he got Jordan Larson. Larson is going to look towards the ring. Wait, here's Backup. Promise looking for Jordan Larson. It's 2-0. Jordan Larson with an absolute world-class strike. Absolutely fantastic play there. 1, 2, 3, and it was in the back of the net. It was Bakav looking for Promise. Promise knew Larson was there, and Larson hits it one time. Look at this. 1, 2, and then this is the third. Larson with the left foot. And his left foot is absolute world class. Perfectly right into the corner. Look how he just goes inside with it, so the ball goes outside. Smithy's absolutely pleased with that. And in the early going, we are already up 2-0 and dominating. Absolutely fantastic. 2 goals in 15 minutes. That is really the start we needed after some struggles on the international break. As we move on. Here in Seattle, just playing it around. It's Rowe. Rowe looking deep. He's going to find João Paulo. João Paulo. Nice job there defensively. Cordova has it now. He finds Quincy Promise. Promise finding Alex Kroll. We have been dominating the ball. Been all over them. Playing the game that we need to. Cordova's running down the wing versus Delham. Cordova's just going to cut in. Can Cordova find him in? Yes, he can. He finds Quincy Promise. It's Quincy Promise! Easy save there for Stefan Fry. Moving on to the 39th minute. Quincy Promise has it again. Finding Cordova. Cordova has some space. Can Cordova find Larson? Nope, he's going to look for Quincy Promise. It's Quincy Promise! He was looking for 3, but Stefan Fry keeping his team in the game in the 41st minute. Look at the strike, but an even better save. Look at his left hand out there. Getting to that. Absolutely fantastic. As we get to halftime, and it's 2-0 for Spartak Moscow. Absolutely great half. It could have been even 5-0 with how we were playing. We were all over them, all over the ball. Jordan Larson with the brace. And that's how the half's going to end here in CenturyLink Field. The Seattle fans not really happy with the way their team's playing because they are struggling. The away supporters cheering for joy. Really here as we move on to the second half. Starting only a few minutes in, the 49th minute, João Paulo here to throw it in. As Lodero looking to win the header, but he loses it. Zobinin has it now, looking for Promise. Quincy Promise trying to find Larson. He does find Larson. Jordan Larson's through. It's Jordan Larson right at Stefan Fry. That chance leaving more to be wanted there. As it stays 2-0 here. Throw in here for Tall. Alex Kroll with it, finding Katepov. The Russian finding Quincy Promise. Promise, Larson. Can he get another chance going here? Cordova is going to find Zobinin. It's Zobinin! Well, that was a good cross, but definitely not a good shot. As Atal has it, he's going to find Kroll. Kroll with the strike block. Rebound, Zobinin gets it, and he can't get it there to Cordova. As now in the 61st minute, it's Promise again! Chance is flying so fast I can't even talk about him in time. Quincy Promise there looking for his first goal of the game, but he still can't find it. Been tough going for him. Stefan Fry keeping his team in the game. As we move on here, we have the 82nd minute now. Seattle running out of time as Leyva has it, finding Rudiaz. Rudiaz playing it deep to Jordan Morris. Morris in! That's a nice defensive play there by the Zhikia, finding Maslov. Maslov to Katepov. And that's turned over. No, Atal still has it. Can Atal keep it? Nope. Here comes Rudiaz. Rudiaz! And that's a penalty. The ref calls a penalty for a foul on Yusuf Atal. They say he didn't get ball there. And that's devastating. Seattle now can get back into the game. And it looks there he missed it, but was that really a penalty? I don't think it was worthy of that. Definitely a free kick, but not a penalty, as Rudiaz goes to take, and Memeshenko makes the save, keeping it at 2-0. As you can see, the penalty was very lightly taken. He was looking for placement, and Memeshenko had got there in no time. He read it the right way, and now it's a corner here for Seattle. As Lodero ready to take it, it's in. And that's headed out. Nice play there. Roldan still has it. Playing it back to Leyva. Leyva looking for O'Neal. He's got it. O'Neal finding Rudiaz. Rudiaz into Jordan Morris. It's Jordan Morris with the chance. Murmasinka with the big save. Keeping it here. Big save there on Jordan Morris. Here from Murmasinka. As big time keeping it at 2-0. Here comes another cross in. And that's going to be headed in, but Easy save from Memasenko. As time running out here for Seattle. Only a few minutes left. Memasenko trying to run the clock. He finds Katepov. A tall. Only 2 minutes left now. We're just playing it around, trying to end this game. Zobinin finding Ponce. Ponce to Alex Kral. Kral has Fernando. Here goes Fernando. Fernando with some space. Fernando with the cross, and that's blocked. It should be a corner after that. And that should do it. They run out of time. We will get the win today. As Promise just throws in one last cross here. The Zhikya with the header. That's cleared. Fernando with it. With the strike. That's blocked. And that would be a miss there. He had a chance at it, but definitely couldn't find a target there as it was blocked by a Seattle player. So plays goes on here as Cordoba ready to put the ball in. Here for Ezekiel Ponce. Headed out. And that should do it. We will get the win 2-0 here. Big time response after 2 tough games against Freiburg and Besiktas. One was a draw, one was a win. Seattle devastated, but we definitely deserved the win. We dominated the entire game, giving America a show of what the Super League is like. Jordan Larson getting 2 goals. Absolutely big time from him. Even everyone else was great. Quincy Promes. The goalkeeper, Memasenko, Kral, absolutely great performance. We win 2-0 due to Larson's brace. Fantastic performance here in CenturyLink Field. As we move on, we have the post-game interview up next. As you can see here in prominent statistics, we dominated this game. We only won possession by 2%, but look at that. 19 shots to 7. 11 on target to 4. No doubt we deserve this game. There are some results elsewhere as Cruz is all getting a draw there with Newcastle.
Some questions regarding the match.
As we have the post-game interview here. Again, Jordan Larson. What else can I say? He was absolutely fantastic. World-class performance from Jordan Larson. He really was the main guy. He was definitely the man of the match. For me, at least. Absolutely fantastic. As we were always the favorites. We were always supposed to win this game. We're the better team. Again, Seattle's had a decent start to the season, being an MLS team, but we're the better team, obviously, here. 9 out of 10s throughout the pitch, and that would be it for that. As right now, we would move on. We have a game against Rangers this sim, but first, Luis Naylor ends up changing his position here. He finishes his position change here to left mid, and he ends up going up to 58 overall. That was the boost we wanted to see. As now, maybe we can develop into something. He's only 16. Maybe he gets a chance in the big leagues. Again, it's hard when you're playing with the bigger team, but we'll see what happens with Luis Naylor. Maybe we send him on loan in the future. I want to first figure out what his real potential is, because if it's low 60s, then what's the point of really loaning him out all those times, right? So in the next game here, we play Rangers. As you can see, we're with our regular team. Everyone's back to normal. So we go to sim this one at home, and we end up getting a 2-2 draw. I was not happy with this. We should have won that game. We're a better team than them, clearly. And Cordova and Promes with the goals. We got to be better defensively. We dominated possession. We should have won that game. Again, we got to win those type of games. Simply put, if we want to be a top team, we got to win those type of games. So we look at our next game. Next game we play SM Benfica in round 3 of the Carabao Cup, or the AFL Cup, whatever you want to call it. So that is really exciting here. As you can see, we already kind of went through that. Let's look at our standings in the league. Right now we are 7th. We are in that last position. Early days, we're 7 points behind Leeds for league lead and 6 behind Feyenoord for second, and we are only 2 points behind Club Brugge, who are in that last automatic promotion spot. So we're not that far out. We're struggling, but we see the teams around us. We know they're better than them, and it's early days. Leeds have gone off to a good start, as we expect. They're a Premier League team. They're a good one at that. So we're looking at some other teams in the standings there. Newcastle mid-table, Seattle mid-table. They've been surprising me. Besiktas still low. Copenhagen only have 2 points, haven't had a win. Basel haven't even got a single point. They are really struggling here. Definitely need to be better. As you can see, League 2 is definitely going to be fun here as we move on. So guys, as you can see in the next episode, we play Benfica and Torino, CSKA Moscow, Celtic, Salzburg, Al Hilal, Brighton, and Leeds away. So thank you guys for watching. Thank you for tuning in to SAG. Leave me some likes, comments, subscribe. Thank you all for watching. This is always fun to do these, and have a good day.